I'm gonna have a burger. Ooh, I'll have double cheese on it as well. Oh, I'm binging. I'm craving some cheese and onion crisps. Just eat more. Oh, calories, not enough. People eat. Calories, reptilian brain, sex, DNA. Questions. Maybe just take 2 minutes to just kind of go, I'll type it on my phone, binge eating. Here is another example of where vegans are giving out bro science information here. Nina+Randa and their dad, who's the organizer of Veg Sauce, people are going to them asking them serious, legitimate questions, and all we're getting is vegan, high carb propaganda, if that's what you call it, instead of actual scientific advice here. So here somebody has been asking them questions, and this question was about binge eating. Binge eating being a fairly serious psychological condition. And just to the point of 10 seconds of Google searching, you come up with far better information online than what you get in this 6-minute video, which I'll break it down to you, is all about, well, because people diet, people want to eat more, so don't diet and you won't binge. It's a little bit more technical than that. And it's surprising, again, these girls here, people are legitimately asking them questions and they don't have a clue. They're like, at one point they go, oh, so binge eating, that's like an eating disorder. Just completely clueless of the actual facts of the matter.
Vegan weight loss?
So the binge question again. I read an interesting book. Kind of the theory is that when people start restricting food, restricting calories at some point, because, oh, I'm eating too much, I need to lose weight, and so on.
Also, certain point there, he goes restricting food, restricting calories. Again, with the vegan diet, it's a large part of it is restricting complete food groups. Dairy, meat, fish. Well, fish is kind of meat as well. So it's not just calories. Some people, and also, let's also be serious here. We're not talking about the difference between, oh, it's Friday night, oh, I've worked all week, oh, I'm gonna have a pizza and an ice cream and a glass of wine. Oh, I'm binging. Let's not also think of, I've been on a diet all week, oh, I've been really good. I'm gonna have a burger. Ooh, I'll have double cheese on it as well. Oh, I'm binging. How do I deal with this? That's not binge eating. That's just having some more food. Binge eating is a serious psychological problem. But let's hear their advice on this.
That you create a response in your brain, in your reptilian brain, that's the part of your brain that you're not aware of, your unconscious, the part that makes your heart beat and you breathe, and even when you're sleeping, that part of your brain says, danger, warning, we're in a situation, we're in an environment where there's not enough calories.
Okay, the next thing is binge eating. This is why is this such bro science here? Binge eating is not restricted to people who are on a diet. Binge eating can be anyone can be a binge eater. If you have a binge eating disorder, not just craving some cheese and onion crisps, but to the point where you're kind of going, right, I'm going to buy a pizza, I'm going to buy a kebab, I'm going to get a whole block of cheese, and I'm going to keep that until my binge day. And then you're eating it until you're uncomfortably full and like in pain from eating so much. So not going, oh, my reptilian brain is telling me that I haven't had enough calories. No, this is people who are potentially eating as much as they want all the time, not in a diet, but yet have unbelievable anti-control over their brain and just going, I need to go and binge eat on potentially crap. Some people doing other stuff. Like there's another eating disorder, kind of related, called is it pica? Where they eat hair, they peel the hair out and eat it. Is that because they're not getting enough calories? I don't know. I don't think so.
And there's plenty of calories, but you just don't want to eat as much. But you send a signal to your unconscious brain that we need to get more calories, we need to find more calories. But consciously you're thinking, no, I'm only going to eat 1,500 calories, that's it. Doing that over a period of time, you start having these unconscious signals that are telling you.
Now, there's another point here is that let's just say I go to NHS, like a medical website here, and I type in binge eating. what sound advice do I get here? Especially if you're somebody who isn't on a diet, but you seem to be binge eating. You get a vast amount of very good information. But if we go, and also how to get help, which I think in this video they say, just eat more. I think that's what they're going to say. But if we look here, causes of binge eating. We've got bullet points here. We've got low self-esteem, lack of confidence, depression, anxiety, massively. Stress on the brain can make, like, some people will do self-harming, other people will do binge eating. Lots of different ways that we can physically affect our bodies from psychological distress. Feelings of stress, anger, boredom, loneliness. That's probably one of the biggest ones that's happening just now with the amount of people that are just living online. Loneliness is people can just kind of go, I'm so lonely, I've got no friends, I'm just going to eat. And a lot of time the binge eating is done in private on your own and it's filled with shame afterwards. So it's not the case of, oh, I was really hungry, I didn't have enough calories. No, I don't think that's quite that. Dissatisfaction with your body and feeling under pressure to be thin. Stressful or traumatic events in your past. Again, I would say you've really got to discuss this with a psychological professional about really delving into the reasons of why you're binge eating, not just, oh, it's because I didn't have 50 bananas, I only had 30 bananas, and oh, I'm just totally calorie restricted, so I binged. A family history of eating disorders, differences in your brain or the hormone levels produced by your brain compared to people who don't binge eat. Now, that's a bit of a... But so from the bullet points there, not a single one is saying it's about calorie restriction. Only at the very end, as a sub note, binge eating can sometimes develop following a strict diet, particularly if you skipped meals, cut certain foods out, or whole food groups, and don't eat enough food. But that's not even a bullet point. That's a subheading, subparagraph. Not really that, and it's a case of if it's a chicken versus the egg, which comes first? It seems like people binge eat and then they kind of go on a diet afterwards, kind of go, oh, I totally binged eat there. It's not the case of I went vegan, didn't eat enough bananas, I'm a binge eater now. Let's just see where this jump cut video is going. I thought my internet was cutting out, but oh no, it's changing all the time.
You want to survive, you need to be taking in more calories. And it works on you in a number of different ways. It makes you, binge, it makes you suddenly feel very hungry, it makes you thinking about food all the time. It's presenting, cues to you so that you're, to tell your body, hey, get more calories in, because this is, a situation where we need more calories. And so that people sometimes when they've gone through this and they've spent 6 months or a year restricting calories, they're actually, their unconscious is working against them now and saying, no, this is a problem. They may be thinking this is not a problem. I'm a little hungry, but that's okay. I look good, in this outfit or something like that. But their unconscious mind is saying,
blah,
food,
blah,
and
blah,
it's
blah,
putting food
blah,
in
blah,
there,
blah,
it's
blah,
putting
blah, blah,
high calorie food,
blah,
like
blah, blah, blah,
chocolate, salty, yummy, sugary, whatever it is, it's putting that in there, it's putting a drive, and you've got to drive very strong primal drives, like for sex, for food, for water, things that you need to stay alive and to reproduce. We have a primary is that we need to, keep our DNA going, so we have drives to do that. You can't do it if you start to do that. So, your mind starts, I would say, like playing tricks on you, making you feel like, wow, that looks so good. You just think, oh, hell it, I'm just gonna eat this tonight, and then you feel, oh my god, I binge ate so much. What you don't realize is that you conditioned your unconscious mind to think that, you're in a famine situation. So the smartest thing your body can do is to store up as many calories as possible, because they don't know when you're gonna be back down 1,200 calories a day, that could come again, we need to store up. So that's one thing, but it's not just that, metabolism. There's something psychologically going on. Your brain can make you do things.
Almost getting into a point here. A psychological thing here, unfortunately, is relating it only to people who are calorie restricting on diets for 6 months to a year kind of time here. No further advice. This is a full 5-minute video. I've sped it up because it's just, oh, calories, not enough. People eat. Calories, reptilian brain, sex, DNA. There's very little substance to what he's saying here.
It's kind of like an eating disorder then.
Oh, wow. Is it? Is it kind of like an eating disorder? Please, if you're going to set up the camera, get the family round, and you're going to go through, actual questions, maybe just take 2 minutes to just kind of go, I'll type it on my phone, binge eating, what is it? And if after a 3-minute tirade from your dad talking about calorie restriction, reptilian brain, you then go, it's kind of like an eating disorder. You really haven't done any research whatsoever to actually help anyone out here. And again, this is what I worry, is that people who are following the vegan diet or following vegans online are not seeking actual medical dietary professionals regarding advice on this, and they're just kind of going, oh, this person looks skinny, they must know everything. Let me just hear her again.
There's something psychologically going on. Your brain can make you do things.
It's kind of like an eating disorder then, like psychological.
It is a sort of disorder. But so there's a book called Brain Over Binge that talks about this. It's written by a woman who had a very serious binge eating disorder,
Wow.
and who doesn't anymore. She tells her story. It makes a lot of sense, and it talks about addictive behavior in general. So that's my thing on binging, is that people don't realize that the part of your brain that you're not conscious of, the part, as I say, that keeps your pulse going and keep.
And unfortunately, there's a massive part of binge eating which is fully conscious. During the binge, some of it is unconscious. Some people are just like, I'm in a daze, I don't know what's happening, I don't want to eat it all. But sometimes, a lot of the time, the binge eating is fully pre-planned beforehand. And it's a regular cycle. It's something which happens over and over. It's not something which I didn't even know as binge eating. No, it's clearly a thing.
You're breathing,
It's not the same as breathing.
You breathe when you're asleep, you're not thinking about it. That part of your brain is thinking calories. We need calories because.
Or maybe it's thinking about stress, anxiety, depression, loneliness, stuff like that. Are we going any deeper than just, oh, I only had 2,000 calories today, I need to binge on 5,000 tomorrow?
You know what? Calories have been restricted. Suddenly there's a shortage of calories in this environment. So the brain starts, working with you, putting pictures, taste, smells, accentuating things so that you have a much higher appetite than you normally would. And that's your unconscious brain that's doing that to you. And there's a way around it, which is in this book. I think that's sort of a mechanism that people are going up against. And I think that people have this disorder more in our culture because the food that is available is so high calorie that people are used to eating, getting a lot of calories, and then when they realize, okay, I need to slim down. And then rather than being full on, starches and foods that aren't as calorie dense, they just restrict. They eat the same stuff and they just restrict fewer calories. So they're sending their brain a signal like, hey, we're in a famine situation. We're supposed to survive and reproduce. So now this brain is going to start sending signals to you to try and affect your behavior. And the behavior it wants you to do is eat a lot of high calorie foods. And that's exactly what happens. And people wonder, they wake up and go, why did I eat all that? So they kind of set themselves up unknowingly. But
and do you know what? I think maybe these guys have been schooled as well, because I think the comment section there's quite a lot of people just saying, I don't restrict my calories, I'm vegan and I eat all the time, I eat very healthy, but I still binge, it's a coping method. So this full 5-minute video has done no help to any of these people. So all these people who were like, hey, I even put, yeah, great bro science. Somebody says, yeah, I think it's the case for me. I eat whatever I want, when I want, but I still binge eat because I'm overly stressed out about crap life. Exactly, it's not a case of I'm just here's another one to binge eat when I'm feeling depressed or anxious. They are massively getting schooled themselves. Hey, we're vegans and we're slim, so we know everything.
Actually, I think that eating the way that we all believe in is a natural antidote to that. But also, some people need to go further and really understand what their mind is doing to them, so they can see it. They can realize what it is. Oh, I've got this great urge to do this. I feel I'm going to lose control and do it. Once you understand that it's your unconscious, not the part of your mind that picks up the food and drinks it or eats it. That's all conscious, You need your conscious mind to do that in order to eat and binge all that food. But it's your unconscious mind that's working to make your conscious mind do that. Once you sort of understand that and you realize what's going on, well, that I don't have to consciously go get that food. This is my unconscious that's sending me there. You can kind of overcome it. It passes. The urge passes. And you realize, oh wow, I don't feel that drive now because now I intellectually understand what's been going on. And that also makes people realize that you've got your conscious and your unconscious. You have to be aware of what you did to your unconscious and then you undo it so that you can get past all that binging stuff. And the healthy food, that's the other thing too. You shouldn't be restricting.
Wow, that's really helped here. Okay, so here's my actual advice. If you're somebody who binge eats, and when I refer to that, not somebody who just kind of has a burger after being on a diet, or it's the end of the week of a stressful time in work and you're kind of going, I'm going to go have a pizza, then yeah, you better go see actual medical advice and go see a professional, maybe psychologist, that might help you there, not just go eat some more vegetables.